Hello, my name is Muhammad Faiz. I'm from Advisory 10F and this is my physics project presentation. The big question for this year is why do visionary leaders adapt? The project focus question for this term is how can human analyze transformation based on physics concept and law in a day-to-day life activities? The outcomes that is used for this project is able to develop a forward-thinking design based on the understanding of Newton's law of motion. Number 4, able to analyze a daily life problem based on the principle of work, energy, and power. This is the first photo I chose. So in the picture, I was holding a fish through a string. From this, we can see that the fish is held up by a tension force which is keeping it from falling down. The first Newton law is in effect to the fish because the fish is now moving because there is no force acting on it. The only force acting on it are the gravitational force and the tension force. The two force is equal and that makes it a balanced force. So the hypothesis that we can make is that the fish is now moving because of the first law, which is the law of inertia. To conclude this picture, the tension force is keeping the fish from not falling down. The fish is also not moving because there is no external force acting on it. This is the second photo I chose. So in the picture, I was holding a bento box with my hand. The force that are acting on the box is the gravity and the normal force. The normal force is the between the bento box and the surface of my hand. The Newton law that is affected on this, that is applied on this photo is the first Newton law. Because there is no unbalanced force acting on the object, the box, therefore it does not move because of the law of inertia. The hypothesis that we can make is that the bento box is not falling because there is an equal force pushing it upwards, which is my hand. To conclude this photo, it is because the force of the gravity and the normal force is equal, it results in a balanced force. This results in the box not moving. And this is the third photo I chose. In the picture, I kick the ball down through the slide, causing it to slide down. When the ball is moving along the ground, there is another force slowing down the ball, which is friction. Not all the Newton law can be seen in this picture. The first Newton law does not apply because there is an unbalanced force acting on the object. The second law is applied because I put force towards the ball, which causes it to accelerate. The third law is applied when the action of kicking the ball is an equal amount of reaction from the ball to my foot. That is why I can feel the pressure when kicking the ball. The hypothesis for this photo is that I kick the ball so that results in an unbalanced force acting on the ball, resulting it to move. The ball moved down through the slide, but there's a little bit of friction causing the ball to slow down. So to conclude this photo, there is several factors that are affecting the ball. Firstly, the ball is accelerating because it is given force from the kick. But there is friction towards the ball because it is moving along the ground. The force acting on the ball is bigger than the friction. That is why the ball keeps moving because there is an unbalanced force. This is the calculation for the ball going through the slide. There is 3 points, which is A, B, and C. At A, it is the highest point, B at the middle, and C at the lowest point. At A, we can see that the height is 2 meters. At B, we can see that the height is 1 meter, and at C, the height is 0 meter. The velocity at A is 0 meter because it is not moving. Because of this, we can see that at A, the potential energy is 10 joules the kinetic energy is 0 joules because it is not moving. The mechanical energy is the total of the potential and the kinetic energy, which is 10 joules. At point B, the potential energy is 5 joules and the kinetic energy is 5 joules also. The velocity of the ball moving down to point B is 4.47 meter per second. At point C, the potential energy is 0 joules and the kinetic energy is 10 joules. The velocity is 6.32 meter per second. The explanation for that is the conservation of energy is the principle used to calculate the equation before. This is a principle in physics that states that the energy of an object is in a closed system will remain constant. We can use this rule in this situation because we would know that the energy or the mechanical energy in every point will be the same, but the difference would be the kinetic and potential energy. The potential energy would be at its peak when the ball is in a high place. The kinetic energy is highest when the ball is moving at a high speed. So to conclude this presentation, why do visionary leaders adapt? Visionary leaders need to adapt so that they can be able to transform something that is not on their favor and make it an advantage to them. They need to do this because as a leader, they have to take responsibility on their members. To answer the project focus question is, we would see transformation in our everyday life, especially transformation regarding physics concept. We would just not recognize it. As little as transformation of energy can be classified as transformation based on physics concept. So we can easily classify transformation in everything because every object has some sort of physical transformation in it. That's it for my presentation. Thank you.